It's an award where people online they vote for which business in Northland has the best overall product or customer service. So when you win that award, the city comes in, they do a video for your business. And for us, what they did is they came in and they took a video of what we do in here, what we offer, and Dr. Joe's story of being a chiropractor for the past 27 plus years. So it's pretty much Spine Geek 101. After you watch that video, then Dr. Joe will come out here and he'll introduce to you the doctor's report. And after that, we'll take you to the back, we'll look at your x-rays, and we'll go over financial options as well. Cool.
The winner of the 2019 People's Choice Award is presented to Adjustments for Life.
The key to our success is very simple. We love to take care of people. So we literally have been in Northland since 1992. And why we've been here this long, I wake up every morning and I feel like, hey.
The winner of the 2019 People's Choice Award is presented to Adjustments for Life.
That was me. The key to our success is very simple. We love to take care of people. So we literally have been in Northland since 1992. And why we've been here this long, I wake up every morning and I feel like God drops the keys to the people in this city's health and healing and happiness. And so my job is now to go to work on that. When we came here in 1992, this was a different city. And over the years, things have changed. I've had to learn how to adapt. The same language we use now, I have to use differently. But before we'd have a flyer and say, here, go, we bring your friends. But now we have millennials, we have different languages, different things. We have social media that wasn't around when I got out of school. So I've had to learn how to literally navigate and communicate in this 2019 world we live in. And so because of that, we have over 110 videos on our Spine Geek YouTube channel. We have 150 videos on our Facebook Spine Geek channel. I guess they're not going away. And so we're trying to really have a global impact to teach people how to be healthy and be strong. So that's when we've been able to evolve, if you will, and adapt to people's changes. That's why we won this award in 2013, in 2017, and in 2019. And when I looked at people who I had asked to vote for us, and I said, hey, we won, all the comments on Facebook were like, duh, of course you won, we love you. I mean, it's not about me. It's just every day we wake up and we purposely set our minds to want to love on people, take care of them, because so many people have been physically abused, emotionally abused, mentally abused, and they really can't find a place to come. And we realize that we know who's walking in here. We know this is a body, this is a mind, this is a spirit that needs healing. And we address that, and our most powerful tool is love first. And that's our key to success, loving people.
Okay, now we're ready. So, you need water or anything? Okay. So, I want to go over what you'll be looking at on your x-rays first, okay? And then we'll go back, I'll show your x-rays, I'll go over everything that's going on, I'll go over your financial options, and you get to pick whatever you want to do to get better. But I feel like I owe it to you before we go over everything, because this place is different, maybe weird. Everybody comes in here with a different story, a different idea of what chiropractic is. I was talking to a lady today who came in. She's like, well, I've been to 10 different chiropractors. I'm like, well, then you may not quite, because she thinks she's seen what chiropractic is 10 different times, and then there's this place, which is different. So I owe it to you because I want to take really good care of you. I want to help you get better, but I want to explain how we're going to do that and how we're going to get you better. Make sense? Mm-hmm. So, first thing I want you to understand before you see your x-ray is that you have an amazing power supply in your body, okay? That's the good news. That power supply can make you healthy, strong, and vibrant, or that power supply can make you sick, grumpy, emotional, and catch a disease, okay? It's one or the other. You're never neutral. There is something that we can do that turns that power supply down and off. There's something we can do. I want you to know how to get it turned back on. And I want you to know how to turn that power supply back on and keep it on for the rest of your life. That's what I want you to understand. Okay? How to shut it off, how it gets shut off, what turns it back on, what doesn't turn it back on that maybe you've been told, oh, just do this, you'll be fine, right? And what it is we do here. So, if you will allow me, okay, to communicate a different language, that when you leave here, you're going to have a new story, a new map, and a new plan about health. That's the journey I want to take you on, and have a conversation with you. And if you have any questions, please ask, because this is about you. Okay, you feeling like, okay, now I know what's going on. Because I notice you have a California sweatshirt on. What I tell people, sometimes they come in and go, Dr. Joe, it feels like I have a map of California, and they're asking me to find Denver. And I'm frustrated, I'm tired, I've spent a lot of money, and it's not working. And all I want to do is, after you see your x-rays, is give you the map of Colorado and say, here, let's find Denver together. Sound cool? All right. And everything I do for you is good for you. Don't take my word for it right now. You'll see that. So, like you maybe have heard in our talks, there's 6 shields. Over the last 30 plus years of doing this, there's basically 6 things that we do as human beings to try to look and feel our best. Okay? The doctor says, you have too much stress, you have to get rid of it, right? Yeah, whatever that means. But stress. Exercise. And I used to think exercise was good so I could look good, like Captain America, right? He has his shield, and I call these the 6 shields of health. So you work out to look good, you run, right? Keep going. Food is important, but again, I usually used food to look good, or I'd starve myself for wrestling. We kind of use food as our tool for appearance. Health, yeah, we know it, but whatever. Detoxing, that was for the hippies. I was born in 1965, long time ago, so the herbs and the vitamins and detoxing and cleansing and juicing. Yeah. Who has time for that, right? And then there's the medical shield, where if you have emergency, you go and they sew you back together, or medicine, shot, surgery for whatever reasons. The spine shield right now is about you walk in the chiropractor, you get your back cracked, it feels good, come back, it hurts again. That's a version of chiropractic care. People, that's great for back pain, but that's pretty much what it's limited to. So even going before I went to chiropractic college, this is kind of my life, my story. If I really was sick or things weren't going well, then I would just go to the doctor and say, what can I take? What can I take? We're all been trained. What can I take for this or that or this? And we go to the health food stores. What can I take for this or for that, for this or that? But we go to the gym. What can I do for this and that? We kind of like prescribe ourselves all this stuff. And that's what I knew. And the thing is that once I got to chiropractic college and learned about this amazing power that I'm trying to teach you about, that you have running your body, then everything began to change about how the body works. So this is my family. My wife and I have been married over 33 years. These are our 4 children. Leah's 33, May's 30, Luke's 21, Grant's 27, and everything I'm going to teach you is what I have done as a dad and a doctor to pull off some amazing, in my opinion, amazing kids. Doesn't mean we've had a perfect life. We've had some days, some seasons were just hell for us. But what I'm going to teach you is what got us through the storm. So not just get you better, but then be able to take you to other places. Make sense so far? Okay. If you have any questions. So, how does this work? Let me explain. If I take grass seed and I put it in the ground, right? And then I water that grass seed, what eventually will your grass do? Grow to what? Grows to green grass, right? Okay, good. How does the seed know to make green grass? This does, right? There's something in that seed that was put there, and I'll say God, saves 8 hours off my talk. But in that seed, think about it for a second, that seed has everything in it the green grass needs. For the hot days, the cold days, the snowy days, dog poop, whatever is going to happen to that grass is already in the seed programmed, okay? All I have to do is give it the water, and that seed will do its job. And if you get enough water, then it goes to green grass. Sound cool so far? The thing I like about this is that's for everybody. Everybody in your family, everybody, all your friends, everybody in the state, around the world, that if you put the grass seed in the ground and you water it, it's going to grow. So what I do here is for everyone. It serves a purpose. It's good for everyone, if you would, right? So, I have my garden hose. Now, if I kink your garden hose, what's going to happen to your green grass?
No water.
No water. Is that a good thing or a bad thing? See? So, and then what color does the grass, it goes from green to what?
Yellow.
To yellow. Now, here's the thing. Yellow's not the problem. No water's the problem, right? And if I don't take the kink off the hose and it doesn't get the water, then it goes from green to yellow to dead grass, right? But here's the good news. If I find the kink in the hose on time, and I take the kink off the hose and turn the water back onto your grass, then that yellow grass gets to go to what color? Green. That's the good news, right? Once I get your grass back to green, how long do you want to keep it that way?
Forever.
Forever. That's all I really do here. You see me over there taking the kinks off the hose and letting the body go back to green grass. And then coming in on a regular basis for the rest of your life, you keep your green grass. That's what we do. That's how you make healthy humans. Okay? So you have an amazing power that can heal you no matter what. It always wants to do that, as long as there's no interference to that process. If you have interference, then it goes from green grass to yellow. Yellow is pain or something not working physically, emotionally, mentally, whatever, that shouldn't be there. You're stuck. You're not getting better, right? That doesn't mean doesn't mean it's you. It's just your body's just not doing what it's supposed to do, and we want to get it going back the right direction. Okay? Because you have an amazing power that runs your body. So now let's switch gears to you. At one time, your mom and dad got together, and God blew on the belly, because that's how babies are made, and you were a seed. Okay? Now here's the thing. When you were conceived, that life force, that power supply got turned on. Everything you needed for every day in the womb and every day outside the womb was already put inside there. And science says for up to 120 years outside the womb to be strong. So this is where I get my geek on, so forgive me. The first thing that you made as a seed was your brain and spinal cord. And then for 9 months, your brain and spinal cord put you together. It cooked you. It put everything where it's supposed to go. Your ears, your nose, your eyes, your fingers, your toes, all your organs, made them all run together, all your hormones, all your blood systems, everything about you runs off of the power that made you through your brain and spinal cord. Okay? Then you're born, and you have the potential to live strong. All the organs you made, all the hormones you made, all the muscles you made, everything about you is made to be strong, like green grass, right? For up to 120 years. That's normal, okay? You may not see that out there. You may not have experienced that yourself yet, but that's the promise, and that's what we chase after for you, okay? Right now, that power we're talking about, that power supply is telling your heart to beat. That power supply, if you cut your finger, tells it to heal. So everything you need to get better is already inside you the seed, okay? What orchestrates all that, again, is the brain and spinal cord. That's where the power source comes from, okay? So that's what we have to focus on if we want you to live your best and be your best and feel better and heal from everything you've been through, okay? Everything in your brain and nerve system talks to everything inside your body. It made it in the womb, and it talks to it and keeps it healing and alive outside the womb. Everything, okay? So, what your garden hose giving water to your grass is, your spine giving life or power to your body is. Make sense so far? Okay. So your spine can cause you to have one of 3 levels of health. When your spine is in proper alignment like it's supposed to be, which means on the x-ray and on your posture it looks nice and straight, then you have the green grass potential, right? If your spine goes like this, let me not get ahead of myself. If your spine's straight, you can make green grass. That's what you're supposed to do, right? If you have good posture, good curves, okay, then your brain and body will make a green grass body, green grass organs, green grass strength. So what does that mean, Dr. Joe? That means that you have a strong body, strong mind, strong spirit. You're at an ideal weight. And not because we're anti anything, but medications and shots of surgery aren't necessary to have a green grass body, or mind, or life. Life is good. What's the one thing in common of this is that you have a strong nerve supply, strong nerve power. Power's on strong, okay? Now, let's say something happens, toxins, right? Trauma, car accidents, or falls, or whatever, birth trauma, I'll get that in a minute, or stinking thinking, can all have an effect on the nerve system and cause it to go crooked. Now the spine is crooked, pinching on the nerves, okay? What do you suppose? If your spine's crooked, are you making green grass now or brown grass? Brown grass. Same thing as the hose, right? And if we don't fix it, it goes from your health, your life, will go from green grass to brown grass to dead grass. Got me? But if I do this, oh, then you go back to green grass. You heal. Same thing with your posture like this. If I see good curves, great. If I see this, spine going forward, forward head posture, then I know your vertebrae are pinching on the nerves, and that's causing a degenerating process to attack your body, not a regenerating process. You with me? So, to make it simple and easy, I just invented the terms green grass, brown grass, dead grass. So if your spine is out of alignment, now it starts making brown grass or yellow grass in your case. Some days you feel fine, some days you don't, but your body's not as healthy as it should be, okay? Because your spine's not in alignment. So that can look at like pain or no pain, but slowly you start noticing the medications start to go up. You take Tylenol more or Advil more, and then a prescription, and then another. It just starts filling up slowly. It kind of creeps up on you, right? You start maybe getting shots for the pain or for whatever. You're getting surgeries. Life's not hard. Life is hard though. Life's not fun. You're starting to feel broken, and it's not okay. And the one thing we see with all these people is they all have a weak nerve supply. Their spine's not in the right alignment. It's slowly eating away at your health. And you start to feel this way after it all begins to show up. If we don't find you in time and get it turned around, then your spine will push you into what we call dead grass health, where you're always hurting of something. You've basically just given up hope emotionally that it's ever going to get better. You don't want to listen to anybody anymore. You're on way too many medications. Your organs are shutting down. Systems are shutting down. Maybe they're going to put you in a nursing home. And the one thing these folks all have in common is almost no nerve supply. Their power supply has been shut off and been kept off for a long time. Okay? Again, God never designed you to be here, right? If you are here, He gives you the power to get here. That's what I wanted to explain it to you. Good so far? Okay. So, now you know that you have an amazing power supply in your body. How does it get shut off? Okay, do you know who that guy is?
Clark Kent?
Yeah! Yay! Clark Kent! This was an actor who played Superman a long time ago. He was riding a horse, he fell off the horse, and he broke his neck. As soon as he broke his neck, he now needed machines to run all his organs, right? You asked me about digestive stuff, things like that. Well, his digestive system didn't work because he broke his spine, broke his neck. If he had broken his leg, he wouldn't have needed any machines to run his organs. Had he broken his arm, he wouldn't have needed any machines to run his organs. He broke his spine, so guess what's in charge of running your organs? Your nerve system, your spine, the garden hose. See all that? So that's a drastic case of shutting the power off. If I was going to say, okay, Dr. Cassandra, let's take Christopher Reeves from here back to here. He has a power supply problem. That's why he's there. He doesn't have a medication problem or a food problem or exercise problem or attitude issue or detox issue. I'm not against these, but the patient has a power supply problem, not any of this yet. That's why we're going to go to work on that first, okay? So, research shows the exact same thing. Medical doctor, Dr. Windsor, back in Pennsylvania in the 1930s, did autopsies. That's dead people, cutting them open. You know, you watch all those CSI shows and stuff like that. My daughter knows those. Okay? But he found, his question was, why did this person die of the different organ disease? So we had folks who died of heart disease, folks who died of lung, some folks who died of stomach, others liver, others gallbladder, others pancreas, others spleen, others kidneys, prostate, bladder, so all kinds of parts of the body. Got really, really sick, so sick, dead grass, that the patient died. And his question was it lifestyle? Was it food? Was it because they smoked? What was it? Again, what did I say? Brown grass people have one thing in common: weak nerve supply. Dead grass people have one thing in common: literally no nerve supply. And that's the same thing Dr. Windsor found back in 1930. So, all the people who died of heart attack had damage on the nerves going to the heart. All the people who died of lung disease had damage on the nerves responsible for keeping the lungs healthy and strong. Stomach disease, okay? All 9 cases had damage on the nerves going to the stomach. So he proved way back when that if the spine's good, then the organs in life is good. If the spine gets crooked, pinches on the nerves, then you go from brown grass, yellow grass, then the dead grass, because the nerve supply just got disconnected. That's the bad news. The good news is that you're here today. You're going to start getting adjusted. We're going to turn on the power. So any brown grass organs in your body right now are going to go to what? Green. That's the good news. That's why I've been yelling this for 33 years. It never gets old. It's always good news, right? So understand, if someone comes in here and says, I have a bad prostate test or skin cancer or lung cancer or breast cancer or colon cancer or cervical cancer or blood work, if I had bad blood work, the first thing that went wrong was a power supply problem in the nerve system. All these tests are reporting brown grass, dead grass. Why? Because at first, it's a power supply problem. Then we go to work on stress and bad diet and lack of exercise and stuff like that. But we got to turn the power on first. Again, the power supply is what fixes Superman, right? Okay. How does the power get shut off, Dr. Joe? Well, many times it can be the birth process. Okay? Most of us are born in America. Most of us are not born at home. Okay? Where we're caught when we come out. Most times, the doctor pulls on the head, or twists, or forceps, or vacuum extraction, or cesarean section, or breech. But I would say over 80%, 80% of all children born, especially in a hospital, have birth trauma. So what? Well, let's just say now a little baby's born and now they have a kink in their spine and now they're making brown grass from day one. That's the problem. May they not be able to feed on each side equally. May one eye turn in. May they be colicky. Sure. Those are all signs of brown grass. How to get there? Birth trauma. So that's why you see children running around here. It's not because they have bad backs, not because they have good insurance. Their parents heard this message and say, we want our children to grow up green grass, so that's why they get adjusted. So that's why we love taking care of children and families. Making sense so far? Okay. So how do we know? Well, I always forget this slide. You ever wonder why kids nowadays are just absolutely out of their mind? It's not their fault. I'm sorry? Huh?
There's a lot of reasons.
There's a lot of reasons, but here's number one. First of all, they went through that, and that right there pinches off the happy hormone, the sitting still hormone, the listening hormone called serotonin. And because that pinch here in the neck, it cranks up the cortisol hormone, which is, I can't sit still, I can't listen, I can't pay attention, I can't focus, I can't even think, right? My channel's somewhere else. It's because of the trauma we see here. So our kids who get adjusted have the best grades, best focus, they're calm, they're not perfect, they're actually, some of them are wild because they're full of life, but it's good. We have fun kids here. So that's why it's so important. And we have a thermal scan because pregnant mommies or newborn babies, we don't x-ray yet, but we can literally see on the spine where the trouble is that's causing the childhood or infant issues and things like that. So they can get healthy and get back to green grass as soon as possible. But for most people, we x-ray. So we took your x-rays. And again, x-rays help us see so that we know where you're at. Is your spine making green grass, or is your spine making brown grass or dead grass? And here's how we know, okay? We can look at the x-rays and we can tell by the alignment, we can tell by the measurements, I can tell by what they look like, whether your body is in green grass zone or is it making brown grass, and how long has it been making brown grass. It's really cool. Normal means you've got good curves, more about that later. Phase 1 means your spine's out of alignment and it's making brown grass, but it's only been going on for about 10 years. Phase 2 tells me that, yeah, it's out of alignment, it's been making brown grass for almost over 20 years. How do you know? Because I see arthritis, degeneration, disc disease, stenosis, all those arthritides and otities and stuff they talk about on the MRIs and CAT scans and reports. That's because your spine's been out of alignment for a long time. And your brain's trying to lay down new bone to try to stabilize it. And then phase 3 can take 20, 25 years. Phase 3 can take up to 30 years. This spine completely just fuses together. And that's dead grass spine. And these folks, once they're there, I'm an optimist, but there's just no turning back. Because they don't want to turn back. You can't talk to them. They won't listen to you. They won't change anything, right? Maybe you know these people. But their posture is like this. Go to the nursing home. What do you see? You see this. And so wherever you're at on your x-ray, we want to stop it and get it going here. And we want to keep it here for the rest of your life. That's what I do. The sooner I start, then the better the results are, the better the life is. Okay? Do crooked spines really make you sick? Yes. That's what medical doctors found out with scoliosis. If you have scoliosis, which is a crooked spine making brown grass, then that can chop 14 years off your life right there. And while you are living, you have horrible organ function, which just backs up everything we've been talking about, right? So where can I go now to get my power turned back on, Dr. Joe? You got me freaked out now. Okay, good. Unfortunately, you're not going to get your power turned back on at church, okay? You're not going to get the power turned back on at the hospital. You're not going to get it turned back on. Walgreens doesn't sell anything to turn your power back on. Whole Foods doesn't turn anything to turn the power back on. Lifetime Fitness doesn't have anything, doesn't have a fancy machine, right? And unfortunately, going to the joint and just getting your back cracked whenever it hurts doesn't guarantee your power is getting turned on. How do you know? You don't have x-rays. You're based on how you feel. You can be making diabetes, cancer, heart disease, Alzheimer's, while you feel fine, yet it's growing out of control inside your body and you don't know it because you can't feel it. So you don't get the power turned back on there. And if there's medication going on, that even shuts the power off even more because it's toxic. And so we don't really live in a drug-free America, right? You may think, wow, he's saying everything the opposite of what I was taught. Yeah, I get it. So, yeah. So this is great for emergencies, but not great to be green grass. Here's my proof. Over 10% of the population in America has diabetes. Another 89 million are pre-diabetic. Brown grass, that's a lot. About 500,000, 600,000 die. 1 in 4 people die of heart disease. Their heart kills them, right? Dead grass heart. 1 in 2 men or 1 in 3 women have a dead grass immune system, which now makes cancer grow out of control inside their body. See the language I use there? And so, when it comes to healthcare in America, because we're only using the medication, shots, and surgery shield, and not the spine power shield, we get an F for healthcare. And we always will, unless we get back to what I'm trying to explain to you today. So here's healthcare in America. Here's you right now. You came in, and I'm like, stop! We need to get things turned around and go in the right direction for you. Because if not, even if I don't get adjusted and I don't turn my power on, my spine's just going to shut down too as well. So the good news is that this is what we do. And not just like I've been doing for a little bit. I've been here a long time. 1991. I know. What year were you born?
88.
There you go. Okay. So you're a year older than my daughter. But I've done this over 500,000 times. That's really a low ball number. So this is different. And it may be new, but we really are good at what we do. Here's how I know. We were at the Olympics twice. One of our patients, Kayla Harrison, won an Olympic medal. Do you know Kayla by chance? No. She won an Olympic medal. First woman in judo, in any sport, actually, any woman in this. First person in judo, men or women, to win a gold medal. She won 2 of them. She got it when she was listening about what I do. She said, well, if I'm green grass on the mat, I'll be able to beat anybody who's brown grass. I said, exactly. So let's get you strong and healthy. She could have had any doctor she wanted. I like to say this is a place people come to when all those other doctors and stuff, unfortunately, have not worked out the way they wanted. Okay? So that's how I know it works. So you have a gold medal. I don't know what it is. Gary's coming up with your son, right? Or your life, or being amazing, running DU and stuff. But I want you to be healthy and strong so you can go win that and be the best you possible. That's really what I want from you. Okay. So how do we find the problem? We had you sit, we took an x-ray, I took a line off the back of your C2, back of your C7, and that gave me an angle. Whatever your angle is, that tells me. If it's close to 35 degrees, good, green grass. If the further it is from 35 degrees, then brown grass. Okay? If I see arthritis in there, then it's brown grass going into dead grass. So the numbers tell me right where you're at. Okay? The other x-ray we took is right from the front. Remember putting the goggles on? So I want to see everything right in line. In this particular gentleman here, here's where I want to see his spine. Here's what's going off to the right. So, is he green grass or brown grass right now?
Brown.
Brown. When should he start fixing this?
ASAP.
ASAP, exactly. Because if he doesn't, what's going to keep happening inside of his body?
It's going out of alignment.
Yeah. Again, is that scary? That's just the rules. I'm sorry, but I tried to help explain them to us, right? This is the other x-ray we took of you. You're sitting like this. Remember that one? Nice. You sit nice and tall. And so I drew lines up the back of your L1 vertebrae. I drew a line up the back of your L5 vertebrae. These are not your x-rays. These are actually they're my x-rays. And it gave me an angle. So I will compare your number to 35 degrees. The closer it is, great. The further it is, we got a lot of work to do. If it's at 37 like mine, great. Come once a week, twice a month. Let's keep you strong. Let's keep you protected. Okay? If it's lower than that, then I may say, we might want to do 3 times a week to get you caught back up. And then in 6 months, put you on a maintenance plan for that. Okay? Then the other x-rays from the front. I want to see your spine right on the red line. And again, if it looks like that, great. Let's keep it healthy and strong that way. Then we put head weights on to see what your spine does with the weights. I'll explain more about that in a minute. In this particular same person, the head weights took his x-ray from 37 to 39, so we know we have the right head weight because it's making him in a green grass position. Now we seem to train it this way. In the beginning, usually it takes about 6 months to get the spine to go back, and then rock and roll. Life gets good with every adjustment. Every day you get better and better and better. Sound cool? All right, so let's wrap this up. So how do we change your spine? First thing we do is we give you water. The water begins to hydrate your discs in your spine, and that releases the old position so we can start working on a new position. Then we do the traction. We want to put those curves back where they belong. Begin to tell your brain, this is the new normal, so get to work. Then you wobble, right? We want to release all that tension off the spine, okay? You said you do yoga. Do you do a lot of yoga?
Like once or twice a week.
So I'm told, because I do a little bit, that a lot of beginners yoga, they start with a lot of spine, basically the wobble exercises. I'm like, cool, so truth is truth is truth. I'm like, all right, so we know that. Yeah, it's all about that, right? Yeah. Yeah, I've studied some of it, and how some of them say how it's all starts here and then goes. I'm like, well, you're close, but it's all connected. So that's kind of cool. We like that. I like that. Then now it's time for the adjustment. So what's an adjustment, Dr. Joe? Did it tell you the woman who had seen 10 chiropractors? I was really weird because it wasn't like what she experienced before. And I was adjusting her children. She goes, that's it? I go, that's really it. Because it's like there's so much more going on. So we will use the adjusting tool to affect the power supply. I've learned over the last 30 years and 500,000 adjustments that tool sometimes does more to release your healing power in your seed than my adjustment just racking and cracking you. I'm not about here just racking and cracking. I'm here about you smiling and leaving here stronger, better vagal tone, better able to do things, right? Okay? Or sometimes we do racking and cracking and get it going, get the power turned on. It's just the good news is that we want to balance your nerve system. And then afterwards, you put the head weights on, boom. The neurology gets dialed in. Those vibration platforms are specifically at a 35 to 40 hertz frequency, so that your nervous system just goes, oh, that's awesome. And you smile, and your nerve itches. Now, how are we going to undo 5, 10, 15 years of head start on you? Right? It's kind of like this is the first time you're learning about brushing your teeth. Had you never brushed your teeth, what kind of shape would your teeth be?
Pretty bad.
Yeah. So this is your first time learning about corrective care. We have to catch up. Fair enough? So, our office is run a lot like a gym. People don't necessarily pay per visit. That's an expensive drop-in fee, okay? We have memberships. You'll pick which one works best for you, okay, that you feel you can do. If you do that, then because we do memberships, it saves you money. I can't compete with all that out there. I'm a private business owner. I don't belong to a big network, so I do what I can to help pass the savings on to you, okay? So most of our patients are cash. It's fine. We try to pass a discount. So like a lot of memberships, you give your bill payment information. They run it on whatever date that works best for you, and we do that. There's no contracts. You're not locked in anything. It's just from an administration standpoint, administration, we don't have to mail statements. We don't have to put stuff in the mail, bill you. It's like, it's just easy cheesy. If you help me, then I help you by giving you your own spinal brush. This is a spine brush. You have a toothbrush to brush your teeth, to make them healthy. You brush your spine to make you healthy. It's the same thing. What's in it is a wobble disc, so that you can wobble every day. There's rolls. I'll just go over it. You have a traction unit that you'll hang on a door. You do your traction every day, so if you're banging on the computer, you can undo all that stress and get your brain getting back to green grass faster. You have your own wobble disc. You can wobble every day to keep your brain making you go back to green grass and heal. Then you have your head weights. Instead of staying on the Vibe platform, you'll just sit nice and tall for these 5 minutes and let your brain just recharge your batteries, download all kinds of healing, de-stress you, and just put a smile back on your face, okay? Then we have rolls that you can lay on at night for up to 20 minutes. Some people sleep on them all night, but while you're sleeping, you're putting yourself in, you're recharging your power supply and you're healing your body. Sound cool so far? So that's how we catch up. Now, why do we do all this, Dr. Joe? Why aren't you like anyone else? It's her fault. This is my daughter, Leah. All the stuff you see here, I didn't know coming out of chiropractic college. They didn't teach this, okay? They still don't teach a lot of this. But she was a Pitocin birth, tiny hole, big head, shot out, birth trauma. That's okay. We knew enough to get her adjusted by our pediatric chiropractor. And we did our very best to raise a healthy child. But age 8 months old, she was in a walker. We weren't there, but she rolled down the stairs 2 revolutions. Okay? What do we do when babies do that? We look, oh my God, we freak out, we don't see any blood. Okay. And she calmed down and she was fine. Goose egg on her. From 8 months to 5 years old, everything was normal, so we thought. We didn't know about alar tears. Okay? That's what that meant. But we start noticing by age 5, she's riding her bike and all of a sudden she just runs into a wall. Or she's playing with her friends and all of a sudden she just walks off. Or we're looking at her, we're talking to her, and she's just kind of staring off in the distance. Well, those are called petit mal seizures. Lights are on, but nobody's home. So I'd love to tell you that I adjusted her and poof, she's healed. No, it kept getting worse and worse and worse. And I knew these 4 things. I knew there was a power supply that's supposed to fix this. I knew how it gets shut off. I was doing what I could to get it turned back on, but we weren't seeing the results. By age 15, my wife and I were really ready to kill each other because of the stress of a special needs child. Our family just is all on alert all the time if Leah has a seizure. She has a grand mal at the Westminster Rec Center, almost drowns in the pool. So our life was hell because of this thing. And people would walk in and go, well, can chiropractic help this? I'm like, sure, it can help everyone except my daughter. That was my lie in my head. Fast forward about age 17, and I meet my mentor now, and he's like, look, doctors, you don't get this in school, but if you don't have a curve in your neck, your brain can't make you healthy. Your brain can't heal. It can't make you green grass. There has to be a curve. And I told him my story. He said, what's the curve in her neck? I said, I don't know. I've taken lots of x-rays and lots of MRIs and lots of CAT scans, but they found nothing wrong. They found nothing wrong. Here, give her the medication, take half her brain out. They couldn't find anything wrong. Well, I finally learned how to mark an x-ray the right way, and here it was. 35 is ideal. Hers is at 15. So what are her vertebrae doing to her nerves? Pinching them. Is she making green grass or brown grass? Brown grass. And that's the first time as a father and as a dad I could find something wrong with my daughter. So then I go, all right, how do you fix this? Because obviously what I'm doing is not working, right? He's like, great. And everything you see here is what he taught me on how to change the spine so that I could fix my daughter first. We re-x-rayed, then went to 23. And we started seeing the seizures calm down. We put the head weight on her later on in life, now it goes to 41. And so you ask me, why do these children come here? Because it haunts me to think, what if I'd have learned this when she was age 5 or age 6? I took her x-rays, I just didn't know how to measure them. It's that simple sometimes. We think getting better is like a 5-mile journey. Sometimes it's a 5-foot walk across the street. You gotta know where to go, right? So that's what we did. And now she's stable, she's strong, she's 33 years old, living an amazing life. It's because we really just got her curves going back in our spine, which fulfilled the promise. If you shut it off, you can't heal. You turn it on, it will heal, and how to keep it on. I finally figured that out. So that's why we do it this way and not any other way per se, okay? The good news is that once you get your spine healing, you're gonna notice amazing things happen for you. What's the power? Not just get out of pain, but you're gonna have a better immune system. Again, if you would have came in here a year ago, this office wouldn't look any different than you see today. Why? Because we know the science of the immune system, right? And now everything they're saying is what we've been saying for 30 years. Like, anyhow. Yeah, digestion gets better, so you asked, right? Now you know why it gets better, right? Mobility increases, your aches and pains decrease, you have more energy, you have better posture, and you sleep better. That's what you get when you keep the power on. You get the body time to heal. In this office personally, we've seen depression, diabetes, better grades, headaches, all get better. We've seen people get off their pain meds, cancer go away, and again, I don't treat cancer. I just know in a brown grass state, the body makes cancer as a warning. In green grass, it doesn't have a reason to make it, so it shuts it off. And in time, begins to get healthy, back to strong again. And then they can't find it anymore. People want to live and not kill themselves. People are able to get pregnant. Cancers go away again. Families are happy. No more blood pressure pills. Better mood, better shape. I was a chiropractor for the Colorado Rapids in 2010 when they won their championship then. Baby Johnny's happy when he wakes up. Bonnie's legs don't shake anymore, restless leg syndrome. People stop smoking. Eyes see better. Paul's out of the wheelchair. Now he can dance with his daughter at her wedding. And baby Sammy, no more cog, sleeps all night. Again, this is all just brown grass. They all had power supply problems. We started adjusting them, changing their life, and they got better. So that's what adjusting does. Adjusting gets you going this direction. It's good for you. And we want to keep it going for the rest of your life. How far behind are we? Well, in my world, my story, every baby should get checked at least once a week from the day they're born to the day we die. If you want to live a strong life. May sound weird, but we brush our teeth every day. We say our prayers, we eat our vegetables, we exercise. Well, at least we know we're supposed to, right? The thing the world's missing is this nerve system, this power supply thing. So maintenance is once a week. So that means, math-wise, by age 10, I've seen you 500 times. By age 20, I've seen you 1,000 times. By age 30, I've seen you 1,500 times just for maintenance care. No pain, just to stay green grass, right? So how far behind are we? We have work to do, okay? But the good news is that the more we do that, then you don't get any more of these medical bills. This is what's the cost of getting caught back up versus the cost of not. This is a lady with headaches. She went to the emergency room because she was scared. She left there with a bill for $45,000, and they want her to pay that. Did they do anything for her to help her make green grass? Again, you're not going to get it. They don't know how to do it anywhere else except in these kind of offices, Max Living offices. She went to a friend of mine's, got x-rays, started getting adjusted, and her headaches went away. So don't worry, I'm not going to give you a bill for $45,000. It's okay, right? And I don't know what you're reading, but what I'm reading is we want to stay away from certain places now because it's not healthy to go there. So by getting healthy, then you have less need to go to the hospital, less need to have surgeries, less need to have medication. And sometimes that's a good reason to come here. So we're going to focus right now over the next 6 months on your spine, getting the power turned on. That will heal and fix everything going on. We will also work as your doctor on stress and sleep. We will customize exercise routines for you. We work out on Saturday morning, so I can show you how to do that. Learn. It's only 12 minutes. That's the cool part. When you're ready, we will customize an eating plan for you if that's interested. and a customized vitamin plan. Most folks are taking way too many vitamins if they're taking any at all, and the ones they do take are the wrong ones. They're not even, they have a brown grass effect, not a green grass effect. If you need a detox, we'll find out whether you need an organ gut detox or a cellular detox, because they're all different. And the more you get better, the less need you'll have for this, okay? So that's what we're gonna do. So today is the beginning of your care, okay? Hopefully I've done enough. I've blabbed enough to say, yeah, we'll give this a try, okay? What that looks like is we're gonna go back, I'll show you your x-rays, I'll show you your different financial options, make an appointment with Heather to come back tomorrow, and we'll get started. You'll get your kit, you'll get your plan going, and rock and roll, okay? We'll go for 6 months, and you get to taste and see everything we have for you to get you better. I'm not expecting you to drink the Kool-Aid yet, okay? When I re-x-ray in 6 months, now you know, you're like, you have your black belt in health. You'll know how to take care of stress and get more peace in your life. You'll know what workouts are good for you that you're not gonna break yourself on. You'll know what food is your friend and what food's not your friend right now. You'll know what vitamins you need to be taking if necessary, even if any, and you'll have a plan to fix your power supply and keep it on. That's pretty cool. So that's what we're gonna go look at now. So, now you have answers. You know you have amazing power in your body. You know how to get shut off by your spine. You know how to get turned on by getting adjusted during your home exercises. You know how to keep it on by getting adjusted during your home exercises. So now you have a new story or a new map, right? And that's why I say the healthiest people, healthiest families will come here, because that's what we do. All right? All right, let's go back and look at your x-rays.